All right, so we come from the man who has the pulse on all things social to the element of the All-Star weekend that has social media to do with. Gary and Di taking over the All-Star starters role to kind of speak for on behalf of the fans, if you will.
And you know what? We actually have a big responsibility because fans make up 50% of the eventual outcome. I haven't felt this strong since one time I accidentally cycled on some stuff I wasn't supposed to back in my college days. We don't need to talk about that trend.
we gonna keep it moving. We gonna keep it moving. So your starters for the All-Star game, we're starting in the East, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory when it comes to the front court in particular. We'll go ahead and slide the reigning MVP into this thing in Giannis Antetokounmpo. Ain't no questions there.
Of course. I mean, obviously it is going to be a popularity contest. He wins there, but the numbers speak for themselves.
Yep.
Reigning MVP to the front runner in the current conversation.
I like that.
Let's go with JoJo. I mean, that's already a formidable duo in that front court.
And a couple years removed from the MVP conversation, courtesy of an Achilles injury, but has come back stronger than ever, right? It just feels odd to watch him on a team that has plenty of offensive firepower, but he still stands out among them as Kevin Durant. Like, that is unbelievable.
Which is ironic that we had Omar, because he posted earlier on one of the ESPN social channels that KD's numbers right now reflect his MVP campaign from a handful of seasons ago. So if there were any justifiable reason to be like, no. If he won the MVP based off of these numbers, why isn't he also in the conversation? Because he's basically having a mirror image season. And what I would argue is a more difficult circumstance because he has to share the ball with two perennial All-Stars again.
First of all, he shouldn't be sharing, right? Like, if he gets anything less than 20 shots a game, you go talk to the other two and say, hey, look, I understand what y'all bring to the table, and I appreciate it. Make sure that brother gets 20 shots a night. Let's just make that abundantly clear off.
And I think we did see that in the win against the Clippers. Okay, so that being said, front court is set.
Yep.
Can we agree on the man who we need to put in the All-Star game for every sake that I can muster up in words? Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal. Free Beal, hashtag free Beal. Get him out of there, even though he don't want to be. But yes, he is absolutely in the backcourt to start things up.
This is the only really, silver lining that's going to come out of this season for Bradley Beal. He leads the league in scoring. He got absolutely snubbed last year. His wife was mad. He was mad. Everybody was mad. Like, what were you watching that Bradley Beal wasn't an All-Star last year? So he damn sure better be a starter this season. I'm pretty sure they're going to make that happen.
He just always suffers from being on such a terrible team in the Washington Wizards, right? Like, that's part of the free Beal campaign, but it's also just the level of productivity that he brings. Right? That's just the embodiment of what Bradley Beal is going through in the nation's capital. It's very difficult for that brother down there, and I hope things turn around for him. Now,
man is going through
my pick for the other guard in this is Kevin Durant's running mate in Kyrie Irving. And I understand, like, he missed quite a few games courtesy of the personal hiatus. But this brother's productivity has not dropped off one bit. Like, he came back in and is averaging 30 after he got his mind right.
The performance has obviously ticked up, and because we know this is going to be a popularity contest, a lot of people love Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
And let alone he's the best point guard if you've ever seen him in person. He keeps the ball on a string. He's absolutely ridiculous, but we would be remiss not to mention Jaylen Brown, who's doing everything for the Celtics. And when I say everything for the Celtics, not just offensively, even in Jason Tatum and Kemba Walker's absence offensively, he's shooting over 50% from the field, but he's also holding things down. He's a force to be reckoned with on the defensive side of the ball. So I think, to a man, if you ask him, he is the most complete player in this position, and he deserves a starting nod in the All-Star game.
Yeah, and that's why I gave
you put him in there.
I already got you. Bro. So let's go ahead and move to the West. Why not, right?
Perfect.
Like, I know there's a little bit more of a nuanced discussion to be had, particularly in the front court, right? Like, I know we had that little bit of a back and forth regarding Jaylen Brown and his potential candidacy, but I think it gets a little bit messier when it comes to the guard play in the West. Now, let me tell it. Well, okay, let's go with what we know we agree with. Damian Lillard, lock.
Okay.
Damian Lillard in there.
He's a lock.
Yes.
For sure. I'm going with Luka the Don.
Okay.
Listen, because, and here's my reason, and I know the person you're going to go with is in the same situation as far as the team. He's carrying the team night in and night out. Luka, remember, he was in the conversation last year for a long period of the season as being an MVP frontrunner, and really he's the only bright spot that's come out of the Mavericks team, which is right now sitting in, 10th, 11th place? I mean,
not great.
They're damn near in the bottom of the Western Conference currently, and I think in a 7-game slide, but it ain't Luka's fault.
No, it's not.
It's everybody else.
But I will say, like, he has been not great from three this year. Like, and it's really bad, the amount of threes that he's taking and the percentage clip that he's shooting them at. So we got to find a way to find the efficiency in his game and kind of uptick
He
that.
has to shoot in mass.
You're not wrong about that whatsoever.
Speaking
so
of shooting in mass.
Look, my pick for that position actually was Steph Curry, right? Like, I think that a career high of 62 one night, and we see like just flurries of scoring. And I understand it goes a little bit of an up and down scale. It's mercurial, if you will. But he is there offensively as the sole provider at times
and this
for
is
that Golden State
what
team.
It's going to end up being as far as your backcourt starters in the Western Conference. And I think it's pretty easy for the front court as well.
Yeah, no, we'll start with the easiest pick of them all.
No.
Really? Yeah.
Wow.
Just go ahead and slide that in.
Absolute
right?
shocker. Joining him in the front court, the league leader in assists.
You just took LeBron out, bro.
I didn't mean to take LeBron out. No disrespect to the king. Don't call me course I Karen. No disrespect. I don't want to beef with the king.
But yeah.
Who else we going with?
So yeah, we got Joker in there, and then see, I did the same thing. I meant to disrespect Nikola. I did that intentionally. But no, in all seriousness, Kawhi having a career year, the load management concept of him sitting out games that mean a lot to his team, that has essentially gone away. This man has been available to that roster in a big way, and he's just doing his thing with the opportunities that he's getting.
Not going to happen in a cold day in Hades, but a dark horse pick. Christian Wood holding things down in Houston. He said he wanted to be the face of the franchise, and he's playing right now like a face of a franchise. I love what he's doing.
Bet that. I'm campaigning for Trae Young. Miles Turner, by the way. Let's get a little bit more on him.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.